Gaming warlord XQC recently got a PB of 20 minutes and 45 seconds on a Minecraft seed. I want to figure out how fast we can really take the seed and if it's truly good. A couple weeks ago, I was speedrunning with XQC and Tfue with a group of top runner friends, so I think it's justifiable to try and beat this time. Let's get right into it. The first thing I need is the seed, so I found it by looking through his entire VOD, and it took me quite a... Oh, it's right there. We just need to route it. So it looks like you spawn in with a village with a lot of houses and food, and... Oh, okay, there's a lava pool to the southwest of the village. The only issue is, I don't know how we're gonna get iron, so let's check out the nether. You spawn in a soul sand valley. I wonder if there's a fossil, actually. If you didn't know, fossils can be used to actually give a good prediction on where the stronghold is. And there seems to not be any. But off the bat, it looks like we're gonna have to go fortress first, because that makes the most sense. And the spawner's right here. This is perfect. Okay, we just need to find the bastion, so... It's actually not even showing up on 13 chunks. What about 15? Yep, there's a bastion somewhere. Okay. It's probably this direction, since my E count is so spiked right now. I think the best thing to do with this housing bastion is to do top-down housing, which is actually, funnily enough, optimized by Tfue for the double triple chest on top. We're definitely going to be using his optimization. I wonder if there's... Okay, there's 2 iron in here. Oh, there's 3 in here as well. So we can actually skip the entire iron mining in the overworld and just bank on these chests for iron. So these coordinates are actually very good to place down a portal. I don't know if XQC knew this, but I think any top runner would have done exactly what he did in the given scenario. Getting out of this and going to optimal chords is such a time loss. A stronghold can spawn directly here in the overworld, so why not just place your portal here? I think you did a good decision with that, so let's do that as well. So XQC's stronghold was 565 blocks away. Let's see if it's all ocean or not. Oh, it doesn't seem to be. So this is where XQC's stronghold was. I know his dig down was a little questionable, but it worked out in the end. Oh my gosh. Look at this ravine, dude. This is just iconic. Anyway, I think we're gonna route the stronghold normally. So there's actually some new technology about strongholds. When you see an area that is very busy in terms of rooms and hallways, it's quite bad. So in a normal RSG run, even without scouting, I can see that this is a hallway that goes to the left, and this is the only other place it could be, which is very bad because both of them are pointing to the left. So off the rip, in an RSG run, I would think that the portal room would probably be on this hand side of the stronghold. I would go down the middle, see nothing, and you'd go over here the only other way you can go, and I would try to push right as hard as possible. So I wouldn't see light down there or anywhere else. I would try to push this to the right. Okay, we got nothing over here, but there's more space over here since this is still to the right. Okay, there we go. Portal room, library. The reason that things need more space, such as the portal room and the library, is because the rooms are just big. And so if there's a bunch of hallways everywhere and stuff all over the place, it's going to be less likely. See, both libraries and the portal room are over to the right because of all of this mess pointing to the left. This points to the left, that points to the left. You go right every time. This is a 2i, so I think I'll be leaving on 5 rods in this run. It may seem a little cheaty, but I've actually left on 4 rods in a run, and it was a 4i. Don't ask me about it. The eye broke. Okay, so recap. We spawn in a village, get minimal beds to bank on getting string from the bastion. We get minimal food, kill the golem, get at least 4 iron for a quick portal, go to the lava pool. Then we make our way into the fortress, get the double spawner soul sand fortress, and we make our way to the bastion, do do top-down Tfue optimized Dowski route housing, build our portal at the bottom of housing, and run across the desert into the acacia, and just beat the game. Let's do this. Fuck. Okay, so this was my 15th attempt. I kind of got rolled. The seed was really fun for me to route, especially because it was XQC who got this seed. It was really iconic. I'm gonna be uploading 2 times a week from now on, which is kind of exciting, so expect more content soon. But yeah, this is pretty reasonable here. I got a stone pickaxe because of the blocks that I needed to mine in order to get to certain places instead of a wood pickaxe. And I'm getting a decent amount of wood here because this allows me to bridge and get to other places that are a little bit more obscure. And so we just need this guy to drop not 3 iron. Oh my goodness, it was 4. That's all we need. So I grabbed 1 bed from this house, and the bread in the chest was really clutch. So I only mined 4 hay bales in total, which is very little. With times getting lower and lower, you really don't have to eat as much. But we got pretty lucky on the flint there, which is very good for us. I think I only left with 1 bed. No, I got 2. Yeah, I got 2. I forgot my own run. But if you saw there, I grabbed sticks from the twigs on the ground for the iron pickaxe we're going to craft later. So we're preparing for everything. Actually, there's an iron ore in the lava pool to the right. I was gonna build my portal there with a wooden pickaxe, and there was an iron ore to the right. So it took 7 centuries to mine it. So that's also part of the reason why I made a stone pick, is just to make this portal quicker. So we're in the nether at 213, which is really good pace for any RSG run, but obviously this is a set seed. The distance isn't quite amazing. Instantly go to the spawner, and I hear a ton of blazes. 3. Another thing about this run that really held me up were the blaze rates. I only needed 5 rods, but getting those 5 rods seems so impossible. I got 3 for 3 there, which is very lucky. And 2 more spawn. If these both dropped, I would have been out. 1 dropped though, which is quite unfortunate for us. So the reason why I grabbed 2 beds instead of 1 or even 0 is for this. This is called a blaze bed. Blaze bedding is a way to create space for blazes to spawn and to really just decrease your fortress split immensely. The blaze bed that I did is kind of outdated. I was going to go for the high bed, which is a variation made by Ninja Brain, but in actuality, I didn't really need to do it because I only needed 1 more rod. And those 2 both dropped, which is good for me if I get an eye break, but it's not necessary since we only need 5. So yeah, the terrain on the seed is actually pretty bad. You have to bridge a lot of places, and the bastion is kind of in an obscure location. One of the weirdest things about this seed is just the location of the bastion. You have to go through multiple ravines, but it is conveniently open to the air over here once I get over this stupid hoglin. Right now, we're at 4 minutes and 40 post-fortress, and we see a housing bastion. If I had this in a real run, I would be pogging my pants off. So we're going to do top-down housing here, which is really nice. Okay, my dad came in and actually interrupted. But there's a hole in the top. You get in there, you grab the items, place 2 blocks so the pigs can't get you. I'm waiting for space. You break the chest so that everyone comes running for you. Hoglin in the way. That's not usually there. And you run down housing in order to get all the pigs from the top of the bastion down to the bottom. Instead of just having the bottom pigs trade, you have basically the entire bastion trading. So we make our iron pickaxe, which we got from the chest at the top, and we set up our pit here for the pigs. Housing is really good because there is a guaranteed 9 blocks, which is very good compared to other bastions where there's a lot of RNG. Also, it's really good because it's low. One thing that doesn't happen in this seed is the terrain doesn't have you spawn low near the bastion. In many seeds, we use ravine portals, which spawns you at the bottom of the nether. And so many bastions, you have to mine blocks and pillar up to the top. But in housing, you can do manhunt and be perfectly fine. Some splits can even be 1 minute at best. Another thing that you can task overlap with is making the portal while things are trading, so that you don't lose time at the end waiting for trades and then building your portal. We got very good string trades here, and we were just waiting for the pearl trade. Right now we have 12, and I would really like more to pearl around, but I'm perfectly okay with leaving on 12. Although it would make the route a little bit slower. So I end up just leaving reluctantly, and we're blinding out of the nether at sub 7. My best blind time in a real RSG run is 7 minutes and 25 seconds, which is actually the fastest anyone has ever blinded out of the nether. I made a video about this, actually. It was my last video if you want to check it out. Anyway, we're on the way to the stronghold, and it's just going to take a few pearls, and we should be there. So this angle change is so great that I think I can just 8-8 from here. 8-8ing is looking at the angle you threw your eye, and you look at the chunk coordinates that you're in. If it lines up and goes to 8-8, there's a chance that it's the stronghold starter staircase. Because I know it's close, and obviously I routed the seed, I knew that it was this chunk. There could be some overlapping and some false positives, so make sure you know for sure before you dig down, unless you're really knowledgeable and good at triangulating. So we check middle, see it's a turn, go top left, and it should be smooth sailing from here. So this is where the lack of pearl trades come in. I really wanted to throw this pearl to the pillar in order to get a faster endgame, but I wanted to stand back so I could maybe get a faster perch. If you didn't know, the further away you stand from the fountain in the middle, the faster your perch is going to be. Although if you stand too far, the dragon will not be able to strafe, and it'll actually be slower. So there's a sweet spot that's pretty far, which requires a pearl to stay in. And so I decided to keep the pearl and just run to the fountain. So at this point, I had 5 beds, and it was just a waiting game. I should have thrown one out just to guarantee that we 4-bed. But, you know, I was just trying to play it safe. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the sub 10, but here's the perch. Let's see what happens. And that's a 4-bed. So, on an XQC seed in which he got a 20-minute and 45-second run, we managed to finish in 10 minutes and 27 seconds, which would be RSG world record if we got this seed. No, I'm just playing. Of course we wouldn't get a time like this. The seed is dog shit. I routed it. Anyway, well, congrats to XQC. He played the seed very well. And I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to do more content like this in the future. So if you liked, make sure to throw a like down there and maybe subscribe. Thank you.